them up, or you think we're going to see some racing because there are no points on the line here?
Let me tell you something, Deeds. When I think Daytona, if I'm just sitting here brainstorming and I'm thinking Daytona, I think about dropping the hammer, keep it pegged, and let her eat. Let's make some friends and let's get to the front. It's all going to be about 2-3 wide racing, and the shootout's going to be big time here in Speed Week, so we're going to be ready to roll. Let me go through a little bit of the settings we're going to be rolling on here today. Thank you guys for joining us. Let me get to this Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, and I'll show y'all what the boys are going to be dealing with tonight. Here is the settings. We're going to be running a 25% race, 3 times tire wear. Now, there's a little bit of debate. Here, Deeds, about the number of pit stops or if there's going to be any at all. Do you have any information there for us? What do you think these guys are going to do? How many times are they coming down pit road? That's going to be a big deal tonight, strategy.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I talked to some of these guys tonight. There's going to be at least 1 pit stop, possibly 2 with near the end. I mean, we've had some guys run out of fuel here, in here testing and whatnot. It's going to be a matter of, gear package basically is what I'm thinking it comes down to. If it's going to be 1 stop or if it's going to be 2, and who says, you know what, heck with it, it's a shootout, I'm going
Let's
for
go.
it. Push me.
Let's go. Give me a shove, brother, man. Come on, give me a shove. And
Right on.
what you just said, Deeds, is music to my ears. We got guys running out of fuel and testing, boys and girls. They're trying to make it stretch just to see what they can run and how far they can make it. But like I said, we're here in the quick race settings. 25% race, 3 times tire wear. We are going to have the yellows on, and depending on how they fly, that could determine the outcome of this race, depending on where the yellows come out. And we're also going to be running no stages, single race stage, straight up shootout, lives up to the name. Bud Shootout, 40 laps, no damage. Allow custom setups. Of course, we're going to allow custom setups. These boys are tuned up to the max. You could just ask my man Deeds. These boys are ready to fire off.
I tell you what, if you want to watch some fast racing, right here's what you want to be tuned into tonight, because we're talking 43 4s and 5s around Daytona, man. 220 getting into the turn.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. How fast can these guys get as they fire it off into turn 3? I mean, 215, yeah. 220, like you said. When that draft gets rolling, man, it gets rolling.
Yeah, and the guys at the back. Let's say you drop off, and catch a little draft, try to get a run. 2 guys drop back, in the 0.7 of a second or whatnot. Dude, they're going to be flying into that turn at about 223, I would say, is what I've seen personally. But, I mean, to run 43s at Daytona, I mean, say no more. We're gonna be,
I mean, how much faster can you go? I mean, we need to slow these guys down. These boys are on a roll. And like we saw Tuesday night in the warm-up, what I'm going to be looking for here tonight, Deeds, is going to be, is there anybody that can get that outside line to develop? What I saw the entire time in the warm-up was the inside line dominating the track. Is there any way that these guys, teammates or not, they're going to have to make it work on the outside lane if there's any way they're going to pass those guys on the inside, especially with Smoke Fan starting on the pole and with Valley, his teammate, in the 41 right behind him?
Right, and I'll tell you, I know for a fact that the high line here is really fast. You can definitely, especially in the 19 cars, you can pull out with help and get on the outside on the exit of the turn, and as long as you've got that big run where you're not really pinching it down to that line, you let it float out to the wall, you can get a big run on that high side. And guys in the back that see that big run, all of a sudden you got a draft train up at the top, and whoever's on the bottom just gets left.
My man Deeds, you threw in a big asterisk there. You could pull out, and then you threw in with help. Is anybody going to go with you? If somebody pulls out on the outside, you got to have friends. When I think Daytona, friends. Give me a show, brother. If somebody pulls out on that outside, do you foresee guys rolling with them to the outside to try to make a move on the leaders?
Well, I'll just tell you one person right now. I think Fast Fed, he's going to be starting back there in the back. I can tell you right now, he's not going to be content to ride around back there. I can see him making moves and whatnot, and he's going to be looking for some help. I honestly, I mean, up until about the first pit stop, I can see guys maybe riding around a little bit. But like I say, this isn't the
Yeah.
500. This
Yeah.
is the shootout. This is all about the win.
Shootout means time to go. There's only one thing on these drivers' mind tonight, and it is that checkered flag. And like you said, man, fast fed. I see that number starting outside row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting outside row 5, P10. He won the warm up, dominated it, won it on a no tires call. Everybody else took tires in the entire field, and he just drove away from them on no tires. It's all and that leads me to my next point there, Deeds. I mean, how much of an effect is strategy going to play in this race tonight? We got 40 laps straight through, but somebody's going to have to make a call. No tires, 2 tires. What do? I mean, give me a half a tank of fuel and gas and go, and let's go, brother. Right,
and I tell you, I mean, that was a shootout. He's not going to make it on no tires for this. That was their practice. He won't. I don't think he'll make it on no tires this time. I think he'll have to take some tires, especially on times 3. But I mean, if you're getting 2 cans of fuel during that first pit stop, the tires are pretty much free anyway. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's going to come down. Some guys are going to try some different things. This is practice for the 500. This is going for the win. I mean, this is a lot of different things going on. The speeds are going to be big.
Take tires. What does that mean? Does that mean right sides, or we're gonna have to get 4 in fuel? Do we need 4 Mr. Feelgoods, or right side's gonna be able to get the job done tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, on times 3, that first pit stop, me personally, I'm probably going to go with 4 and then none if I got to pit again. Or if I'm trying to stretch it, I mean, but with those kind of speeds, I mean, the amount of heat those tires are going to generate, so it's going to be interesting to find out.
I mean, if it's me, anytime
that.
I'm coming down pit road, give me 4 Mr. Feelgoods and let's have at it, boys.
Right. And, unless there's a few laps to go and I've got a 19-second lead. Did you get an invite, Bo?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm in. Are you in? I'm in the live race.
I need one.
Okay, let me send you one. It looks like the boys might have backed out.
Yeah.
They must have been missing a driver. We're going to get this all ironed out and get all the drivers in. We don't want to leave anybody out.
Well, and that's kind of what we're doing too here. We're making sure the broadcast is good to go, making sure everything's good to go. This is testing for us too here, as it's our first time ever doing this together. And I tell you, I think we're going to have some fun tonight in the booth. Maybe not as much as they are going to have on the track.
It might get a little testy. No, actually, I think you're 1,000% right. We're going to have way more fun than those guys are going to have down on the racetrack. But yeah, did you not get that last invite? They backed out, but did you not get one that time? I'll send you one if not.
Yeah, they backed out, and as I told you before here, I'm still trying to figure out this Xbox this PlayStation.
And let me say, welcome to PlayStation 4, man.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that.
And I kind of got to ask the question: what do you think about what is the differentiation between Xbox 360 and PS4? Would you say one side is faster, or is it kind of even, or how do you think it's split, coming from somebody who's experienced both?
Honestly, I've been on here for half an hour now, and I think that
half an hour. You got a half an hour of PlayStation experience.
Yeah, I've got the Xbox One X. It is super fast as far as load times and whatnot goes, but as far as ease of access, like if I was to get an invite, it'd pop up on my screen and I just press a button right there. It's not doing that on this. I gotta go look for it.
No, I got you. I got you covered on the invite. They're not ready to roll just yet. But I was just curious as to what your thoughts were on the Xbox to PlayStation crossover. I mean, there's got to be a reason why your boy Valley is now running on the PlayStation 4. If I had to guess, I mean, I'm just a dirt guy, but there's got to be a reason why Valley's over here on the PlayStation.
Both of them are amazing. In what they do.
Absolutely. Yep. There's definitely phenomenal drivers on both.
Yeah, well, and I mean, even the game systems themselves, like you're saying, it's just learning how to use all the different stuff. I I've had this PS4 for a while, and I've just never got on it.
Speaking of, shout out to you, man, for just like bending over backwards and doing everything for the league here for Outlaw Racing tonight. This guy, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know the backstory here. This guy just legitimately bought the game NASCAR E3, and he bought the 19 package just to broadcast and bring this race to you, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. What a selfless man, and hats off to you, brother. And I hope you stay for many more races, and I hope we call many more races together.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Can you tell me how to find an invite on this thing?
Well, I'm waiting for one myself, so I apologize for the blue screen, guys. I'm looking for an invite. Have not missed one. We had one car miss a spot. That's why we backed out the last time. So now we are currently waiting on an invite to go green. But I mean, here we are, Daytona International Speedway. Deeds, we're going under the lights, and for one driver tonight, nighttime is going to be the right time, and for everybody else,
right on.
It's going to be.
And I tell you, I'm going to be just straight up honest. If I had to pick a driver at a super speedway, which is super hard to do.
I'll fire it off to you. Give me a pick.
Yeah.
Give me a pick there, Rook. Welcome to PlayStation. Give me your pick. You better be right.
It's super hard to do, and he's in a 41 car tonight, man. But I got to go with my boy Valley.
Man.
I got to go with my boy Valley because, I mean, I am his crew chief, you know. And then again, you know, I know that there's a bunch of guys going to be working together, but, man, there's so many fast guys in here that it's kind of like a toss-up, man. Who do you got?
Okay, well, time out. Little disclaimer. For those of you that don't know, my co-host is a phenomenal crew chief. He is Valley Racing's crew chief, and he is the man with the plan. And honestly, I'm honored to be joined in the booth by him tonight. But if you're asking me my pick, give me that 14 car. That's my man.
Right?
I'm rolling with smoke to the end. You can have the 41. I know we're teammates. I know we're Stewart House Racing teammates. You can take the 41 of Valley Racing. I'll take the 14 of Smoke Fan. We're going to be working together a lot tonight. We're not going to play favorites during the broadcast, but we're going to be working together a lot. And give me that 14, taking the checker flag at Daytona International under the lights, and it's going to be right.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you that I was just looking here, and they backed out again because they said that you should have had an invite set in there.
Yeah, well, none of the broadcasters got an invite. Let's make sure we CC the boys on that.
Yeah, they didn't.
Smoke just hit us with the sorry, guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, we want to watch them racing, boys. Let's make sure we're CC'd on that email.
Yeah, I mean, hey, this is how you get better at things. Like I say, I'll work on the PlayStation this week, and I guarantee you when we do this 500 coming up, we will not have this problem.
Look at us. We're already throwing out guarantees to you boys and girls. We're lining it up, ready to roll. We will have it right this race, says Smoke Fans. The man who's starting on the pole, my pick to win. He got out-strategized last race. You weren't here last time, Deeds. My man Smoke and Valley, those two were unbeatable. They were nose to tail, pushing the field, showing the way, and all of a sudden the man Fast Fed took no tires on a pit stop and got out in front of him, and track position was everything, and he ended up bringing home the checker flag.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing that happened there was they both hit pit road at the same time. One had about a second longer pit stop, and once you exit pit road and you're grabbing gears, that 1 second actually equates out to about 3.5 seconds. So there's no drafting in unless that lead car wants to back
It's even
off.
a race on and off pit road. We're still racing on and off pit road. That's how you can. I mean, that's how it goes. So we're here. On Daytona International Speedway. I'm going to take you all around a lap around this track. If I can get through the gears properly. Sorry, I'm running the shifter, headset, and wheel right now. What a lot of guys like to do is roll this outside lane, try to build as much momentum as they can. We're going to grab third gear here. Oh, Smoke Fans sending me invitations. They never let me get through my pace lap. All right, let's go racing. Time to go racing. Sorry for the blue screen. We're going to join this, and we're going to go racing. I was going to take y'all on a pace lap around Daytona, but It's time to go. In the Bud Shootout on the Outlaw Racing Series. What are you thinking right now, Deeds? I mean...
Well, I'll tell you, I just got the invite.
Did you get one?
Connecting. Yes,
I'm connecting as well. We are loading in. It's going to be the Coke Zero Sugar 400 under the lights at Daytona International. Can you ask for much more than that? Night racing at the world center of racing. What you got there, Deeds?
I tell you, I love racing, but I love night racing.
10-4.
There's nothing like it in the world. And my favorite track to go to, personally, I've got season tickets there, is the Bristol night races. There's nowhere on earth like that.
You've been there for the Bristol night race?
Oh, yeah, I go there. I've got front row seats down there in turns 3 and 4. It's pretty wild. But this year, we all just got back from Charlotte with our hot passes and everything, and now we've got Bristol hot passes, and it's going to be amazing. Yeah, man, we actually sat on Eric Almirola's pit box in Charlotte.
Okay, so I need to be tagging along with you, bro. I mean, where can I hitchhike on with you boys? But anyway, my home track is Talladega Superspeedway. I've been there.
Oh,
I've been there both races for the last 5 years. I've got about 10 Degas under my belt, and I don't remember any of them. And it's the most fun I've ever had. And one day I'm going to get to Daytona for the Coke Zero Sugar 400, and I'm also going to get to Daytona for the 500. But here we are on the pace lap, and we're about to go racing, man.
Well, we got Smoke Fan on the pole here. Valley, his teammate at Stewart-Haas, is on the outside here.
While we're here, let's do a quick rundown of the starting order of the Bud Shootout. 14 Smoke Fan inside, Noco on the outside of row 1. The 41 Smoke Fan's teammate Valley on the inside. That is your pick to win with the 10. Also the Stewart-Haas Racing teammate outside of row 2. Fluffy and Nick make up the 3rd row. Bulldog and Hitter make up the 4th row. And it's going to be David and the 71 and 32 Fast Fed. Watch out for that 32. Driving it to the front. And then T-Wing and DF Brown in the row behind that. We're rolling through 3 and 4 one more time. One pace lap. The green flag is about to fly. Any last thoughts there, Deeds?
Hey, pull them belts tight on that TV screen, boys and girls, because we're about to rock and roll here at the World Center of Speed.
That's it. That's it. We're coming down the back straightaway. Pull them tight and get ready to drop the hammer. Keep her pegged and let it ride. If you're lifting, you're losing. We're on the front straightaway on the tri-oval, waiting for the green flag to fly. No, we're going to take another pace lap. Another pace lap. No, green flags in the air. That's on me. I apologize. Green flags in the air. 14's making a big break at the front.
41 fits it in right there, and we got a 4-car Stewart-Haas freight train going through 1 and 2 right now.
First 2 turns, we already got a freight train. Look at the Fords. P1 Smoke, Valley racing right behind him. Got Galen in the 10 and the 17 of Fluffy. All Fords. We've seen the Fords dominate on these super speedways. I've seen it. I've been to Daytona a million times, and all I've seen is Fords win. Here it is. Smoke Fan leading the way off of turn 4. Can he lead lap 1?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Valley is probably going to be content to push his teammate right here for a while, but look out there on that outside. I told you, Fed ain't trying to sit back there, buddy. As they cross the start-finish line, Fed's out there by himself right now.
This is the same thing we saw in the warm-up. Fed slinging it out to the high line, trying to make something happen. If I was in this race, I would roll with that 32 car. He's hot to trot and the man with the plan. But as we saw in the shootout warm-up, this is exactly how it shook out in the beginning of it. Smoke Fan showing the way, and the 41 of Valley pushing them. And I would imagine they're going to be content to roll like this.
Right, and I'll tell you, as they come through, I believe it would be 3 and 4 right here. Fed, he jumped up high there out of 1 and 2, like I was saying. Where you get that big run coming off, and through the tri-oval here, he's ducking back in. I don't know if he's looking for clean air or what he's doing.
Same thing we saw in the shootout warm-up practice. There is no high line. You need to file in or you're going to get burned. Oh, the 41 clips the apron, but he's going to stay on the back bumper of the 14. These guys are fast. These Ford Mustangs are stupid fast. These Stewart-Haas Racing Fords, if I had to guess, they're going to be showing the way. They fire it off into turn 3, and they're going to be single file.
Hey, I don't know if you're noticing this or not, but
there's a 32. There he is. There he is. He's going to do it by himself.
On the outside.
He's like, I don't need any help. This will be the first guy. Okay, now we got some smart guys starting to roll with the 32. He's going to do it. He's willing to do it by himself, but that 14 and 41 is an absolute freight train at the front of the pack.
Yeah, and I mean, if you watch Fed here, he got a great run back there. He's going to drop probably back pretty far right now, but man, if anybody would have went with him right there, which every driver in here is watching that and like, man, he's making positions by himself. That high line is going to come in later in this race.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I would be the first one on the back bumper of the 32 car, like, hey man, bring me to the front. I know where you're going, and nobody wants to roll with him. The inside line is going to continue to roll off of turn 4.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'm riding along with Bulldog right now, and he's showing an estimated fuel of 10 laps to go. And we are on, I'll get you a lap count here in just a second, but I don't believe
trouble in the back of the pack. Got a couple of cars sideways. I believe they hang on to it. They got one down on the apron. We'll see if we stay green.
Backwards.
We are going to stay green. Just a one-car incident, maybe a couple-car incident, but only one got spun around. Can you see who that was, Deeds, in the back of the pack there that got spun around?
Yeah, that separated them a little bit. The first car that was the 18 of DK Brown. He's going to be the first one that was involved in that. And then let me get back through here. Looks like we got Fast Fed that was also in that. He's going to be back there about
starting to form out double wide. We got 4 cars in the outside line to the 3 to the inside line. Can they make it work? They're lined up nose to tail on the outside, high, wide, and handsome. But that 14 and 41 is an absolute freight train. Me and you's both picks to win the race, showing the way. But the outside line, can they get there? I don't think they can. They'll probably follow back in line.
Yes, sir. And I'll tell you, we've got the number 19 of Chase is sitting on pit road. I'm not sure if he is blowing an engine or if he was just in that wreck there. But he's serving an extended pit stop. Might have got force pitted. I'll keep you updated on that because he's not moving from his pit box.
Thank you, Deeds. Keep us updated down there on pit road on the track.
Yes,
Nothing
sir.
has changed. The 14 and 41 are the cars to be. Oh, there's trouble.
The 88 and the 22. They're going to hang on to him. Oh, my.
Did they hang on to that? I'm going to stay on the lead.
Yeah, they did.
We're going to stay green.
Hang on to that.
This is exactly what the Stewart-Haas Racing Fords wanted to see in their rearview mirror. Got one ducking out to the outside, the 4 car.
Well, and I'll tell you, don't count out that 32 or that 18 just yet because they're pushing each other back up through here, and they've got some cars staggered out around here, man. They're going to get draft off of those guys, and they're going to be flying. And pit stops are everything. 1 penalty on pit road, getting on there too fast.
We got one on the apron, a little bit of contact from the front pack. Fluffy to the outside. They're all trying to hang on to him, and they do. Phenomenal driving by the boys. Now they start the Congo line, single file. This is an absolute freight train led by the 14 of Smoke Fan. He is painting that yellow line, just like they dial it up with the 41 all over him. And if I had to guess, these boys are going to ride like this until the 2 to go waves or the white flag waves. That's exactly what I would do. They're going to separate themselves from the pack as they already have. It's a 4-car breakaway at the front of the field. Let's see if those back 2, 5th and 6th can keep up with the draft.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that 10-car Galen right there, that's going to be the 3rd Stewart-Haas car that's going to be lined up here at the front. Galen is actually Smoke Fan's crew chief, so there's a little something right there as well at Stewart-Haas Racing.
We got teammates on teammates on teammates at the front of the field. I don't know. This is going to be a serious like a serious lead to break if you're going to jump up in there. These guys are fast and they're willing to work with each other. We're Congo lining. We're going to roll around the bottom of the racetracks. Smoke Fan is showing the way, but watch out for Bulldog on the top. Bulldog's not scared to show it out there on the outside,
right.
But you need help. We need friends. They line up again single file as they hit the tri-oval.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'm riding along here with Bulldog, man, and he's showing some pretty impressive speeds right now. I'll give you a speed at the line and a lap counter, a lap time and a lap counter. That was a 43.7, and there's 30 laps to go right now.
These boys are cooking. Their windshields are shaking. I've been in this position. I'm just a dirt track racer, but when I'm in these lines going 215, 220 miles an hour, I'm like, man, I can't hang on to it down in the 3 and 4. But these guys are keeping it painted.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that's one of the keys, what you just said. When you're in a draft line like this, you know, whether you're the leader,
it's hard to hang on to it around the corner.
Yeah, well, in the last car in line, of course, is going to be turning the fastest lap times. But, I mean, your entry points, they all change because of the speed.
Check this out, Deeds. We're now split 3 and 3. 3 inside, 3 outside. Let's see if the outside line can develop something. Got the 4 Bulldog on the outside. He's been frisky. Oh, they're starting to generate a little bit of a run. We got the 14 of Smoke, 41 Valley, and the 10 of Galen. Stewart Haas Fords, they're going to work with each other. They will not stray from each other. But now the outside line led by Bulldog trying to make a little hay. Can they make it work, Deeds?
I tell you, that's going to be that's a tall task considering the 3 cars that they have to pass right here. But if you noticed right there, it looked like they lost ground going through the center of the turn. Coming off that exit right there, you're a whole lot faster on the high side than you are on the bottom side. It's just
really
whether or not you got to pinch that car down. You're trying not to scrub off speed.
Right.
But one thing that I'm noticing quickly here is the 10 car, he's unable to get on that bumper of Valley right there. And that's actually
what I've seen.
That outside line.
Actually, nobody has been able to get to the bumper of the 14 and the 41. They've actually been separating themselves, and honestly, nobody can get there. They've kind of differentiated themselves from the field. They got serious speed on the high banks. These guys are ready to roll, and our 2 picks to win the race are running 1-2.
Right, and I tell you, the pit road is going to be an interesting little thing right here. But hey, don't forget to pay attention to those guys in the back because they had their problems, they had trouble, so
and they can strategize. Yes, sir.
No tires. Maybe if they know they're going to have to pit again, why not take a can? During this one right here, get caught back up to the draft, no tires, you're caught back up, and then pit with, there's a whole lot of different strategies you can throw with this right here. Especially
gotta respect the boys that are hanging it out on the outside, still trying to roll and make a move on these front 3, but like you said, good call there, Deeds. The 10 cannot even keep up with the 14 and the 41. There's a 2-car link gap as they cross the start-finish line.
Yeah, and if you look, that 41 has not left that back bumper of the 14 of Smoke.
It has
and
not.
That's a 4.
Has not.
And that's a 4-car train behind him that can't push up there.
It's 2 versus 4, and the 2 are winning. These guys are absolutely hooked up. They are so good. That you saw them. They were trying to run. They were trying to run on the outside. They had 3 cars to the 2 on the inside and just could not make it happen. They still can't get to the back bumper. Look at it, Deeds. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm telling you, AJ, that is impressive, the speed that is in those front 2 cars. And, I mean, everybody else has equal speed. And
we got one coming down the pit road. Bulldog's diving. Oh, we got 3 of them. Here comes the strategy. You follow Deeds, follow the back cars. We'll see how this shakes out. The top 3 stay out there on the racetrack. I'm staying with the top 3. You follow the dudes that go down pit road and see what happens there. But even now,
I got the 4, the 17, and the 71 all rolling in their pit box right now. And that 19 car did, in fact, blow an engine.
19 is blown up.
The 18, the 32, all to pit road. And I'll tell you, I think what's happening at the front right here, they're trying to turn it into a one-stop race. All these guys right here,
that's exactly what I do. Everybody that came down pit road has now made it a 2-stop race. No, but now the leaders are coming down this time. No, but the 10 stays out. Galen is going to stay out. He does not follow his Stewart Haas Forward racing teammates down. Smoke Fan down pit road, as is the 41 of Valley. We'll see how this shakes out. I'm gonna follow these
Yep.
leaders here, and you see what you roll with the boys in the back and see who comes out on top.
Well, I'm watching the 10 car, and he's coming around the high side, and he's going to. He's currently
The 10 is still on the racetrack.
Yeah, he's currently put the 18 and the 32 a lap down, and he's quickly catching the 17, 4, and 71 right here. He's going to be coming to pit road this time right here. But one thing he's doing for those two guys that he just lapped is he's giving them draft.
Exactly. So what do you think the strategy is there for the 10 not coming down following his teammates?
I think without a doubt he's trying to do it on one pit stop.
So do you think the 14 and the 41 cannot make it on one more stop? Do they too? Oh, they're getting freight train on the outside. Let's see how it all shakes out.
They may be able to, but definitely those top. Galen is still your leader right now. Fluffy is going to be your leader when this shakes out. Bulldog's going to be second, and they've got a big lead over Smoking Valley right now. So I'm not sure if they took tires or or what kind of strategy they pulled right there.
That's how it works. We don't know what they did. I'm looking for the 10. Is the 10 still on the racetrack, or did it come down pit road?
I believe the 10 is on pit road as we speak.
Okay, so the 10 has now come down to get his pit stop underway. No, the 10 is on the racetrack.
Yep, he come off, and I'll tell you right now we've got Fed, the 18 of.
That is the battle for the lead, right? 18's lead.
Yeah, DK Brown, and then we got Fast Fed, and then we got Smoke and Valley. So obviously we got a strategy right here because they were
so the early pitters,
4 or 5
right?
seconds back.
Right.
Yeah, and the 10
early pitters are now
right
up front.
Now. Yep.
So we'll see how this all shakes out.
Yes, sir. And what I'm showing right now, we've got. Matter of fact, I'm not sure that the 10 car is coming down pit road right now.
Yeah, he's coming down now. He's coming out. He just pitted from the lead. He was definitely just pitting from the lead right now. So we'll see how he shakes out. He came down pit road by himself when the 41 and the 14 pitted together. So you're gonna. I've seen it before at the super speedway races. You kind of want to come down pit road with a little bit of help on the way out. If you don't have any help, you might get hung out to dry. So we'll see.
But I'm going to ride along with him here right now as he's in his pit stall. I'm going to see where he shakes out onto the track right now. But there's obviously some strategy that's taking place here because
are you sure
Fluffy,
the 18's the leader? Because there's another pack in front of them.
The 17 is going to be your leader now, followed by Bulldog in the 4. NASCAR Extreme is going to be in third, and DK Brown is going to be 4th. 10 cars coming off pit road right now. Fast Fed is running in 5th, which is going to put our leaders when the pit cycle started there. It's going to put them in about 7th and 8th.
Really?
So I'm guessing that they took tires and the other guys didn't because they were 8 seconds back from the incident earlier.
It's all strategy, and if you took no tires, you could not expect it to make it the rest of the race on no tires. It's going to be remain to be seen if you can make it on a one stop strategy in terms of fuel. But when you talk about tires, you might get blown by. But it's going to be the 17 of Fluffy showing the way, leading the pack with the 4 right behind him in the 71.
They definitely did not take tires. Bulldog definitely did not take tires. He's got 47% on his right front, 61 on his right rear. He's in the 60s on all 3 of his tires except for that right front, which is at 47.
Translation, boys and girls, that is absolutely not what you want for tire wear. We got one diving to the inside. The 4's down on the apron. Can he hang on to it? He does. He makes a little bit of contact with the 71, sends the 71 up the track. Fluffy is leading in the 17 as they fire it off into turn 1.
And I'll tell you, that's a product of those tires, man.
He
just got loose right there, and now that's just going to let those guys behind him catch up.
Deeds, I think you were all over this call. We got tires that are blown out, cannot work right, and you got guys shuffling up into each other. And now they're starting to get caught by second pack, and the 4 sends it to the outside, trying to pass Fluffy for the lead. They're side by side off of turn 4.
And that's going to pull that second group right there right up to him real quick.
Absolutely. That's exactly what that second pack wants to see, is these guys running side by side. The only chance they have is to keep running nose to tail in the 4, giving a shove to the 17. But that second pack is closing extremely quickly there, Deeds. They're there. They're already there. Now they're racing for the lead.
Oh, without a doubt. And I'll tell you, they are not only here, but they're faster. They got 4 tires.
They're going to blast them on the outside. There goes the 18 on the outside. 4 cars on the outside to the 2 on the inside. No tires is not going to work that outside line. There's Smoke and Valley on that outside line with tires. The 18 leading the way as they file off of turn 4.
And I'll tell you, Smoke and Valley's in that high line right here, and we saw how fast those 2 are hooked up, and now we're going to get to see if they can pass 4 cars
through the trial oval. Oh, now they start to file in. Some drop to the bottom. Now it's going to be who makes it work. If Smoke and Valley pass this entire pack, these guys are 2 for real. Smart move by the 4. He's trying to work with these guys. Oh,
yeah, and we saw the 18 move up to the middle of the track right there to kind of break that what they had going on.
We got a big time. Go ahead, Deeds.
I tell you, AJ, the one car that I'm looking at right now, who honestly, that 10 car stayed out 3 extra laps than everyone else. I don't look for him to hit pit road again.
You think he makes it? Do you foresee everybody else coming down one more time?
I see everybody else having to come down one more time, because how are you going to save fuel in this pack right here?
No way.
And he's out there with 3 extra laps than everybody else. We already knew it was going to be 2-3 laps. I think that was his strategy from the beginning, so I got really close eyes on the 10 car.
Strategy is everything. You need that crew chief to bring you home. We're going to see how it all shakes out. The 10 car is not in the picture here right now, but he will be at the end. It's going to be the 18 leading the way, and the 14 is Smoke Fan, 41 right behind him. No, here we go off of turn 4. No, that's a 32. That's Fast Fed. That's your boy Fast Fed in the 32 on the inside, pushing the 18, trying to get to the lead. Got a bunch of Fords on the outside and a couple of Camrys on the inside. It's a manufacturer's battle as they fire it off into turn 1. There's no way these 2 can make it stick. All the Fords are lining up on the outside.
New leader, 14 Smoke Fan.
New leader.
Second place, 41.
He's gonna
pull a Ford freight train around the high side.
That is every bit of a Ford freight train. Good call there, Deeds. They are blasting the Camrys on the inside with the 17 of Fluffy leading that second pack and 4th. Now they kind of start to file and see if we can get down. You want to start rolling with the boys here. They do go single file. Congo line as they fire it off into turn 1. Smoke Fan back to lead with his man Valley pushing him right behind.
And look, Fed's going to take that 18 and tell
him,
hey, if they can do it, let's try it ourselves. Oh, and the 18 comes down and gets in the door, and we were almost 3 wide right there, and that's going to put Fed up in 3rd place. He's going to get around that 18. We know he's fast. And the one car that they're coming up on right now is the 10 car I was just talking about. He's out here. I'm telling you, he's saving fuel.
There he is. Is this to go lap down, or is he the leader right now? Do you know?
No, this is probably going to put him a lap down.
It's going to put him one down, but everybody's going to come back down pit road. Look at him. He's saving fuel. Get in that draft there, Galen. Get in that draft. Save a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, and Galen's going to hop right on the end of this line and be just content to cruise around and shove the clutch in and save a little fuel. And
there he goes.
That's one car that I am really watching. I'll tell you, there's something else I'm really watching. Bulldog is down to 24% on his right front tire.
Come on, Bulldog. We need some Mr. Feelgoods. We need 4 fresh ones and a tank of Sunoco. Come on, brother. Come down pit road, get it dialed up, and then let's fire back up. Hope a yellow comes out and let's get after it. Oh, we got one in the wall. The 4 car scrubs the wall in 3 and 4.
Here comes the front pack.
Oh, we got some takers on pit
road. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Deeds, can you cover pit road? I'm going to stay with this lead pack.
Yeah. Yes, sir. I've got the 18 and the 32, and they're side by side on pit road, which is the game kind of puts you in there, and I'm paying spatial close attention to this right here because sometimes that'll just boot you out of pit road. 18's in his box first. 32 hits his box nice and clean.
We'll see how this all shakes out. Remember, they got to hit pit road speed. It's extremely hard coming from 215 mile an hour to try to hit the brakes and drop it down to 55 mile an hour pit road entry. That's extremely difficult. We're going to see if anybody gets black flag, but right now it's Smoke and Valley absolutely dominating like they were. The 17 of Fluffy trying to stay in tow, but they might throw a gap on them and separate from them. We'll see how it all shakes out with the pitters.
The 18 is out and off of pit road. The 32 is off right now, but there's another thing I'm going to throw at you here. We've got 11 laps to go. Coming to pit road, like you said, it's really hard to get it slowed down to 55.
Yes, sir.
It's super hard to get it slowed down to 55 when you got 17% on your right front.
Especially when you got no tires. I mean, you're locking them up going sideways. I've been a Dega when they're trying to get on pit road. I mean, we got shit flying. We got smoke everywhere. They roll off 1 through 3. Smoke Fan 1, Valley Racing 2, and now Fluffy's coming out of the pit road, and that's 17.
Yeah, in the 4 car, he's going to have to hit pit road this time, too, as his estimated fuel counter has just went to 0.
We need some Sunoco, boys. Looks like it's a 2-car breakaway. These Stewart Haas Racing Fords. I mean, dude, let's be honest. These guys have dominated all night. I mean, and it's our picks to win the race. And so we're not going to scratch any backs, but we might do it a little bit as they drive away from the field. But we'll see how it all shakes out through pit cycle. 14 showing the way.
Yeah, and I tell you one thing that's not going to make that 4 team happy. Pit road penalty, too fast.
No!
30.9 second pit stop coming up for the 4 car right here as he just took himself out of the race.
Black flag, 14, black flag?
Yes, the 4. The 4.
Oh, the 4. The 4 has been black flag. I mean,
the
like
14
you like
and the
you
41
said,
are still out.
Imagine getting down to 55 mile an hour pit road speed with absolutely no tires. You're gonna get black flagged.
Yeah, I mean, he tried and tried. I mean, he was really hustling that thing. So
Dean, cycle your way to the front. Can these front 2 make it all the way?
Well, I know that they were definitely testing it. They were definitely trying it, and if these guys
Smoke's coming up they're both coming up pit road, like you said, and one more pit stop. Oh no, this is going to be the let me pronounce it correctly. Well, the determination of the race. Here we go. 14 and 41 down pit road at Daytona.
They're even drafting going down pit road.
They're drafted. They're all over each other. We'll see how long they stay down pit road. What's the call here? Deeds?
No tires, fuel.
No tires, gas only. Just get me to the end. And let's hope a yellow don't fly.
And here comes Valley. He's going to come out.
There
Smoke
they come.
Is going to come out right behind him.
They come out as
Valley
teammates.
the lead.
Give me a little bit of Sunoco and let's ride, boys.
There's that gap I was talking about right there. If you notice, they're not hooked up. As it looks like we're under caution.
That's a
we
yellow.
Are under caution.
Yellow flag is out. Let's stack them back up. Come on.
The 10 and the 18.
That could be bad. That could be extremely bad.
And the 4 got into him.
That could be really bad for the 14 and the 41. Did they lose a lap there? How that cycles out?
No. I'm showing the leader right now is Valley. Second place is Smoke. Fluffy's 3rd. NASCAR is 4. DK Brown is 5. Galen is in 6th right now, and Galen is the one right now beating on his steering wheel because he was good to go.
Then the question now becomes, who's going to come and get some Mr. Feelgood? Somebody give me some Goodyears. Somebody give me some gas, and let's roll through and make a run on these boys. Because if not, you got to do something with the 41 and the 14. The 41 of Valley is going to be starting. The 41's going to be starting on the pole with his teammate, the 14, right behind him. Green flags in the air! Yeah, we're racing at Daytona.
The only 2 cars that stayed out right there were the 41 and the 4.
How'd the 14 cycled second? I don't know how he cycled, but the 41 is trying to make a gap on the field. He's got his teammate right behind him, my man Smoke Fan, with the 17 of Fluffy.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, man, this has been a great race by these guys. I mean, of course, it's Daytona. We're going to have some incidences and whatnot. But, man, the speeds that these guys are running.
Yeah, barely any cautions. Phenomenal driving. Absolute phenomenal driving by everybody. Hanging on to it at 215-plus mile an hour. 41 gets a little squirrely there. How many laps to go? Do you know how many laps we got, Deeds? Can't be many.
I'll let you know here when we cross the start-finish line. We are lap 36 of 40, so 3 to go right now, I believe.
3 laps to go at Daytona. It's Valley racing in the 41, showing the way with his teammate 14 Smoke Fan. Hot to trot right on his back bumper. This could potentially become a 2-car race. Oh, we got trouble in turn 1 and 2. We got Fast Fan around. Who else? Is the yellow going to come out?
Just fed. The 22 just got a big run right there, man, and he hit the 4 of Bulldog really hard to bump draft him, and he shot him right up in the fed.
Single car incident. We're going to stay green, and we're going to come back to 2 to go. It's the 41 of Valley with the 14 of Smoke right behind him, and you know Fluffy and that 17 is going to want to make a move. It's no holds barred. 2 laps to go at Daytona under the lights. The night time is the right time, boys. It is time to roll. Look at the 14 filing up to the back bumper of the 41.
Yeah, Ryan, let me ask you. There's another big wreck back there in the back. That's 2 cars.
3 around. We got 3 cars around. Let's see if we stay green.
Well, and I tell you,
and they file out.
Racing.
Double wide, the 41 shoves it out to the outside lane, leaves his man 14 Smoke hanging out to dry. Oh, caution is out. This is going to be NASCAR overtime. Green, white, checker. Let's go. That's the only way this race can end. Green, white, checker. Woo! This is what we deserve. And now it's all about who's got the tires. What are you thinking, Deeds, man? This has been absolute insanity.
I think right now, if I'm in the top 5, I'm going to stay out. But everybody 5th place on back, come in, get those four Dr. Feelgoods, and you're going to see these guys taking some chances right now.
Give me 4 fresh ones. Let's make this outside line roll. We got guys on old tires. We don't even know if these guys can make it on fuel, especially in overtime. We have no idea what's about to happen. Hell of a drive there by the 41, showing the way.
Nobody hit pit road. Nobody
wants to come down pit road. Here we go. This is going to be NASCAR overtime. Green, white, checker. Green flags in the air. And it's the 41 of Valley showing the way. Bad start by the 14 of Smoke. Fluffy starting to look to the inside. Can they make the inside work, Deeds?
Yep, teammate moved up to pick up the 14, but I'll tell you, that bottom line right there, he's going to block both of these lines right here. He can't go pick him up, but look at the takeoff speed that Valley has right there, man. I mean, he was shot out of a cannon.
With no help, the 41 is absolutely on fire. Fluffy, watch out for the 17. He shoves it to the outside. They go down to the 3 and 4. We're coming down to take the white flag, Deeds. One more time around.
Well, I tell you what, double file right here. This is good. This is going to be a heck of a finish right now. As the 17 is going to get a big run off the outside, they're going to put the 18 in the middle. Oh, he's able to fit it back in there. And everybody files to the bottom.
White flags in the air one more time around Daytona. Can they make that outside line work? The 41 of Valley showing the way. He is hot to trot, ready to roll. Got this. Who is that? The 17? No, the 17's out there with the 14. Valley's got it ready to roll, rolling that inside. This is the white flag lap. The boys are starting to spread out. It's 2 wide. Can't we make it 3 wide? 2 more corners around Daytona, Deeds.
Yeah, and that 71 of David right there, he's content to just say, you know what? Second place is good enough for me.
Look at David. Where did David come from? Where did he come from? He's rolling down there P2. Last time around, we go through the tri-oval. It's a drag race. Drag race. Who's it going to be? Go! Give it to Valley. I want to call Valley. I want to call Valley. I want to say it was Valley. We had a drag race to the start-finish line.
What a phenomenal finish, and what a great race. I mean, man, if Valley wins that thing by, I'm trying to look at the time here.
Somebody's give us a report.
To a 6:44.
Oh,
so he won it by a 10.
Goodness. It was an absolute drag race to the start-finish line, boys and girls. I don't know what more you could ask for, but that was these boys laying it all out there and just going for the win. Absolutely incredible racing.
Yes, sir. That was really good racing. I'll tell you. And there was the one caution in there was definitely a big draft run out of our person with the fastest lap time, 43.7. That's going to be that 22. He just had such a run, man, and he got into Bulldog and it shot him up there into into Fed, and that was the
Yeah,
one
we
caution
had a couple of
and
incidents there in the back of the pack, but
well, that's one thing about these big super speedways. I mean, though.
You got to hand it to him for sending it like that. I mean, what else are you going to do? Ride around the back of the pack, or are you going to go for it? I mean, but you see it here on the screen here, boys and girls. Valley Racing 93 is the man with the plan. Pay the man, checker flag is waving in the Bud Shootout.
Yeah, and I tell you, he's out there on the track right now doing burnouts, and the crowd's going wild, I tell you.
Burn him down there, 41. You earned that. Hell of a strategy race and hell of a drive, man. That was absolutely cool. I don't know what you think, Deeds, but I enjoyed every single bit of that race at Daytona.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. And I tell you, Smoke fan, I mean, restarting on the outside here is really, really tough. I mean, he led probably the most laps tonight. Get that restart on the outside, and unless they're right on your bumper on the back, there ain't much you can do. Valley pulled up there to try to pick him up, but that low line was just too fast, and he had to get down there and block it.
Time to go, man. And hats off to you there, Deeds. Calling the race winner. You picked him. I mean, you picked him, bro.
Hey, that's the driver, man.
Come on, crew chief. Come on, crew chief.
And you know what? Hats off to Galen. He had a heck of a run right there. And if no cautions would have came out, something tells me, I haven't talked to him, but something tells me he had this one in the bag just on fuel mileage.
I don't know about that, man. I watched the 14 and the 41 pull away from the entire field, including the 10. Straight up,
right.
Those guys were seriously hooked up.
And let's not forget, Fast Fed. I mean, the dude was passing 2 and 3 cars on the high side by himself. Once he got to Valley and Smoke, he just couldn't get around those two.
Dude, Fast Fed. I'm sold on Fast Fed. That dude is the man. Yeah. He's willing to send it anytime, anywhere. He won the warm up, and I just like you said, he was willing to work to the outside line, trying to get a couple of friends, because that's exactly what you need at these places. Come on, brother, give me a shove. Need some friends, and just couldn't make it happen with that 14 and 41. Those Stewart House Mustangs were absolutely on fire, Deeds.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I'll tell you what, hats off to you, man. You did a wonderful job of broadcasting up here, and it was really fun to call this race with you.
Oh, come on, man. It was a pleasure just to have you here in the booth, brother. I mean, you're a world-famous crew chief. I'm just a dirt guy, you know? I have no business being here, but it is an absolute blast, and I absolutely love and appreciate every second of it, and I also appreciate you for your kind words. Thank you, Deeds.
Hey, no problem. Now, I'm going to need your help here because
we got to get the top 3.
Before, and I've got a message from Valley asking.
And the best hour-and-a-half intro on PlayStation that PS4 has ever seen. Absolutely incredible performance by you, Deeds. You are the man, dude. All right, do you happen to know who the top 3 was besides Valley? I just invited him. Did Smoke finish top 3? We'll invite him anyway. I apologize for the blue screen, YouTube. We're trying to get the top 3 in here. Have a little chat. Because that was some serious racing. Yep, Fluffy needs to be in here. You're right. So Smoke didn't go top 3? I'm not friends with Galen. So, it was Valley, Galen, Smoke, brother. Top 3? Can you fire us the top 3? And Galen? Here we go. Here's where the wheels come off. I don't have Galen. Do you have Galen? Hey, man. You boys were ready to fire, son. You were kind of gapping the boys. Got out-strategized again, Smoke. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little disappointed. You got out-strategized again, bro. Hey, somebody give me the 1 through 3 finishing order behind Valley. Who got 2, 3? Okay, so time out. Give me 1 through 3, please. Give me 1 through 3, please. Everybody else mute it. Yeah, I know Valley 1. Who's 2, 3? Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna fire off these interviews here then. We're not doing burnouts for the Bud Shootout, bro. We'll do burnouts on the 500. Ain't nobody burning down AJ, on the shootout.
AJ, you got our 3rd place finisher here, YT. Why don't you go ahead and take that interview?
Was Galen 2 or 3?
He's 2. You got YT.
YT, I need the 22 car. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna cycle to the 22 car. No, I know he's in here. Let me cycle to Joey Logano, wherever the L is. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, this is Smoke Fan on the mic. Before they do the interviews, I just want to say thanks to everybody out there that watched, that made the race. I want to give a big thanks to the broadcasters. Y'all made this possible. Been a lot of love shown our way, so we're trying to make good things happen here. Appreciate it, and I'll give it back to y'all.
All right, I'm ready here to interview P3 T-Wing.
Go with Galen first.
Oh, go with Galen in a second?
I want my friend to see this interview.
All right, we're gonna roll off. Oh yeah, you do got second. That's the 10. Go ahead there, Deeds.
Galen, my partner in crime, my storehouse crew chief.
What's that?
I got a question for you. Were you good to go on fuel after staying out for those 3 laps extra?
No.
No. Oh, see, I was wrong.
Yeah, well, I got a pit penalty, and I was going to coast and try and get that extra lap back, but 30-second penalty, it kind of threw my game plan out the window. So.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those on pit road, man. And those penalties, trying to get the car slowed down from 205 to 55 on old tires is a task in itself. If nobody's ever done that, you should load up the game and try it.
Oh, I practiced it and I still blew it.
Right. Right. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, was there anything you could have done there at the end, maybe to get Valley?
I should have gone a little bit earlier. I was a little bit late on making my run. I really thought I started it at the right time, but it kind of slowed down there. I lost steam there, and did it look close? I was about a half a car length, I guess. I was at his door, I guess.
Yeah, it looked really close. That was a heck of a finish, I'll tell you. I mean.
Oh, did it? Oh, I'm glad it looked better than.
Yeah, it looked really good, and I believe that there was only about less than a tenth there between you two at the end. I'm pretty sure.
Right. Yeah, it was a tenth. I was like, doggone it.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd had one more lap, do you think you could have got him?
Maybe, depending on what they were doing behind me. They were getting antsy back there, so they were all kind of in line to. I wasn't sure if the DK was going to go with me, but he went with me, and so it worked out.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, shout out to everybody out there. Definitely you included, man. You guys put on a heck of a show. You cut the fastest lap of the race, I'm pretty sure, with a 47 or a 43.7. I'm pretty sure I saw up there.
That was me.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
That was YT. That was YT in the 22. You are right. You're right. Yes, sir. You are correct. But I mean, the lap times. I was telling AJ here. When you're going that fast in a draft line, your turn-in points are different. Everything's a little different when you get those huge speeds. We saw a couple incidences out there, but I mean, what a race! I was
committed to the fuel mileage from the start, so I was in fourth pretty much the whole run. Except
I kind of figured that. Yeah, I kind of figured that, and I tell you,
Deeds did have that call. He had that pegged. He was all over that.
Yeah, I tell you, great run, and if you're ready there, YT, I believe AJ is ready for your interview, sir.
Absolutely. I'm ready for the 22 car, the third place finisher. Let me cycle to here, the 22 car on this broadcast before I interview you. Jolo. I need Jolo. Somebody give me Joe Logano. Come on. There we go. All good. T-Wing. I'm looking at the call sheet here, brother. You fired off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You fired off inside row 6. How in the hell did you bring that home to a podium finish?
Man, I don't really know. It was insane, dude. I just,
Yeah, it was indeed insane.
I was battling hard all night. Had some issues with lag towards the beginning of the race, and that proceeded to carry on throughout the rest of the race. And towards the end, it really screwed me. And then there was a caution, and I knew that this changed everything, and this was my moment. And so I went with it, man.
Yeah, 10-4, man. Tell me from your side of the story, what was it like driving through the field, trying to make it happen, and trying to get that finish that you did here tonight?
For me, basically, it was stay on the bottom or you're going to get freight trained around. Like, if you get up out of the bottom, you're going to get freight trained, man. So I just stayed on the bottom, kept pushing, kept being loyal, and was hoping everything would work out all right, and it turns out everything did work out quite all right.
Hell of a drive, brother. Thank you for chatting with us. It looks like I've made a little bit of a mistake. I need that third place finisher of Fast Matt. Can we get him in the party? I need to chat with him. Galen was second. Can somebody tell me who P3 is, please? I thought 22 was P3. Oh, leave it to Smoke to make a mistake. I'm just trying to interview the top 3, and Smoke's just making mistakes everywhere. That's about par for the course. No, you can still get interviewed. I love it, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you started in the fucking... I didn't mean to say that.
It's all right.
You started in the 6th row, and I mean, drove it to the top 5.
Okay, well, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, brother. Good run.
Thanks.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I apologize for that. That was my mistake.
Hey, that's what we're practicing for the
That's why we're
broadcast, too.
practicing. It's not the 500 yet. It's not the 500
You
yet.
think the drivers got it rough.
We'll
We
get it
got
clean.
rough.
Yeah, we got it rough. We'll get it clean and green for the 500. That's on me. That's what you get for signing me up for the broadcasting role. That's what y'all signed up for.
Yeah, and are we going with third place now?
I
or
just
are we
want to.
going
I have
with the
no
race
idea.
winner?
Somebody give me third place. All right, 10-4, brother. Sorry. I hope you get so mad at me, Smoke, that you never invite me back. Sorry, I definitely just dropped the F-bomb, and I'm so upset about that. Gimme goes Fast Matt, who finished P3. Waiting for Go Fast. All right, let's just talk to the winner. Valley Racing, 93. Got a copy, brother? Hey, man, that was a show. You and the 14 put on a show. Walk me through it. What was the strategy? What'd you do? You took the checker flag. That was really cool. Yeah, that's what we watch. Started on the pole, finished P1. You obviously got a serious hot rod around those super speedways. I mean, it was you in the 14, pretty much. It was you in the 14. What'd you see from your point of view, and how'd you take the checkers? You were a hell of a pusher. You stuck with your teammate in that 14. You were staying with him the entire time. Even that pit road, y'all were nose to tail down pit road. I mean, come on, teammates. Come on. Roll off P1. Let's finish P1. Congratulations on the checker flag there, Valley. I know you're a serious big time driver from Xbox. Thank you so much for coming over here to the PlayStation 4 side and roll with Smoke Fan and all these guys. And let's state the obvious, you're for real. You're a real guy. Learn the name Valley Racing 93. This guy is absolutely for real. Congratulations on the win in the Bud Shootout, dude. Looking forward to seeing you in the 500. You got it, brother. Appreciate you, Deeds. You absolutely bent over backwards for all these guys, and just to make this show tonight. Nobody knows what this guy Dirty Deeds did just to be here in the booth tonight. He sold out for the hometown crowd. So, I mean, Smoke Fan, talk to me, Brandon. What do you think about all this? We got to appreciate Deeds and everything we got going here. I didn't know you finished last, but I knew I know you led 90% of it. I didn't know you finished last. Smoke, can I catch an interview? Can I catch an interview real quick? So, how'd you finish last? All we saw was you in the 41 leading the field the entire time around. How did the strategy shake out? What did you do? Was it no tires, gas, or how did this all shake out? Nah, don't blame it on the gears, bro. Tell me about the strategy. Don't blame it on the gears. That's exactly, yep, you can't make that outside line work. It was all about filing in and trying to hammer down and make some hay that way. No, you can't make it work. Nobody made it work. I just watched it. Nobody made it work. Yeah, exactly. And y'all were even gapping the field behind y'all. Y'all were starting to gap the 10 of Galen. Just you two. You two were faster than any four cars hooked up together, and that was the most impressive thing I saw all night. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. That was the go ahead, Deeds. I do have the qualifying order if y'all want that, but go ahead, Smoke. Yeah, I have it right here. All right, boys and girls, it's the Daytona 500, 1 week from tonight. It's going to be the 41 of Valley, your race winner tonight in the Bud Shootout. leading us off on the pole, followed by DK Brown on the outside in the front lane, and then Fast Matt and Chase in row 2. It's going to be an absolute shootout, but as we saw tonight, strategy is everything. You got to know what to do. You got to know the tires. You got to know what kind of Sunoco you need to take. And like we saw tonight, 41, Valley Racing, checker flag. What you think, Deeds?
I called it.
I called it. I had Smoke fan and he finished last. I picked Smoke and he finished last. Thanks, Smoke, dude. I was rolling with you, brother, and you got blasted.
Hey, I did everything I could do, dude.
Super speedway racing, man. You
That's
can go
it,
from
dude.
first
That's
to worst in a hurry. And I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
That's super
Shout out
speedway
the
racing.
Fed. Shout out the Fed, who
Dude,
was the
sending
only car
it.
who
The
would
only
jump
guy
to the
that is willing to-
outside and pass cars.
Not scared of anybody, trying to form that outside lane and trying to get a little friends to help him. And if you're talking Daytona, Talladega, give me a show, brother. You need friends. You're not going anywhere without friends, and that's what it all comes down to. And we all know that.
10-4 on that.
And 32 had no friends, but he had a serious race car. That dude's got a rocket ship. And like me and Deeds were talking during the race broadcast. If I was out there, I'd throw my front bumper to the 32 and roll out with him, because he's going to take you to the promised land.
Well, I'll be hooked up with that 41 car again come next Thursday.
Yeah, we saw it. Good run, Stewart Haas Racing Fords. Congratulations to Valley Racing. This has been a presentation of the Outlaw Racing Station and Outlaw Racing, brought to you on YouTube. Thank you everybody for joining in tonight, and thank you for sticking with us through the minor difficulties. But hell of a drive by everybody
on Thursday.
Yeah, man. We'll be back here, Deeds. Me and you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Looking forward to it.
I'll see you for the Daytona 500.
Copy.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations to Valley Racing. Congratulations to all the guys that ran an amazing race tonight, and that will be our broadcast. We'll see you Thursday. The Daytona 500 is coming to conclude Speed Weeks. Let's go, boys.